and they opened. She turned her head on the pillow and saw me standing in the doorway. Her eyes got wide. She looked genuinely shocked that I was actually there. I walked closer to the bed. Franklin stayed near the door to give us space. My mother opened her mouth and the first words out were asking where I'd been for 2 years. Not hello, not thank you for coming. Just an accusation wrapped up as a question, like she hadn't been the one who cut me off completely. Like I was the one who disappeared. I felt my jaw tighten, but I kept my voice level. I said I was here now to see how she was doing. I asked what the doctors told her. She stared at me for a long moment. I could see her deciding whether to push the guilt trip further or accept what I was offering. She chose to let it go for now. She said her heart was failing. She said they caught it before she died, but it was close. A doctor came in about 10 minutes later. He was young, with tired eyes and coffee stains on his white coat. He looked at me and asked if I was family. I said I was her daughter. He nodded and started explaining in terms I barely followed about cardiac function and valve problems and surgical options. He said my mother needed surgery within the next few days. He said recovery would take months. He said she would need care and support and probably couldn't live alone for a while. I asked about success rates. I asked about risks. I asked practical questions while my mother watched me from the bed. I could feel her looking for signs of either total devotion or complete abandonment. I gave her neither. I just listened to the doctor and took notes on my phone. Franklin drove me home around 2 a.m. I called my boss from the car and left a message saying I'd be late to work. I didn't sleep that night. I lay in bed staring at the ceiling while Franklin snored softly beside me. The next week turned into a blur of hospital visits squeezed between work obligations. I went Tuesday evening after finishing a deposition. I went Thursday during my lunch break and ate a sandwich in the parking garage afterward. My mother acted grateful, but also wounded, like I should be there more. Like I should drop everything and camp out in her room. Franklin noticed I came home tense and quiet after each visit. He found me Saturday morning staring at my coffee without drinking it. He sat down across from me at our small kitchen table. He said he was worried about me. He said I seemed exhausted and anxious all the time now. He said I needed to figure out what level of involvement I could actually handle before this consumed me. His words made sense, but I didn't know how to answer. My brother Juliet called me the following Monday. I was at work reviewing contracts when my phone buzzed with his number. We hadn't talked in a few months. He said he heard through family gossip that our mother was in the hospital. He asked how bad it was. I told him everything the doctors said. We ended up talking for 2 hours. We shared stories about our mother's patterns. We realized we both felt the same confusing mix of concern and resentment. He felt guilty for being relieved he lived across the country. I felt guilty for only visiting twice a week. Talking to him helped more than I expected. It made me feel less alone in having complicated feelings about our mother almost dying. I went back to the hospital Wednesday evening. I walked down the familiar hallway toward room 4C. A man in an expensive suit stepped out from the waiting area near the elevators.